Get the lovely sounds of Hank in the morning.
And good morning, boys and girls.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm surviving.
Okay.
Hubby ran down with a little bit of Mucinex. I'm hoping for the best.
Oh, good.
I apologize if I start, dripping down my face or hacking up a lung during this live show.
And I'm sitting next to her, folks.
He's so lucky today.
I know.
You had no idea.
I'm always lucky to be
Go
sitting
home and
next to
take a
you.
vitamin C or something. One of those ward off hell
That's
pills.
right. Drink orange juice. I
Yep.
always find that drinking orange juice helps.
Emergency. That's what
Yes.
I'm past the emergency point. I tried that. I don't know whether it was being out in the rain on Saturday that really exacerbated things or if it's just the way of the season. But here we are, almost Memorial Day weekend.
I can't believe it. You know,
I know.
Mari said to me last week, we were talking about something and I mentioned the weekend coming up and she, don't you know this Memorial Day weekend? It's not Memorial Day weekend, for crying out. What are you talking? Oh,
It is.
it is Memorial Day weekend.
Right?
How did that happen?
In a blink of an eye. I know
Yep.
it always happens. It's a natural time thing. But I said it back in April. I said it's going to come. It's going to come quickly. We're not going to be prepared for it.
No.
And before we know it, the summer's going to be over and I've done nothing. This is how it goes.
Yes, that's always how it goes.
This time of year. And what is rolling in today, I see in the news. This just in, everybody. Sharks live in the ocean. They've arrived.
No, they don't. They don't live in the ocean, do they?
Just this is our PSA. We'll do it once a week. Sharks live in the ocean.
And when a bunch of them show up,
That's
don't
it.
be surprised.
We had our first sighting over the weekend. And somebody had what the heck is it? Whale watch
Mhm.
and the dolphin fleet, and everybody's watching, and all of a
Yep.
sudden you see a 12-foot great white munching on a seal. All the kids are screaming. You run them to the other side of the deck, turning this boat around. So that's what made me think of how many boats have you owned in your lifetime? We've owned many a project boat.
Mhm. No, I don't have the patience for boats. I play golf,
There you
which
go.
of course requires patience as well. But just the work for a boat is just too much.
Well, we have acquired everyone else's problems many, many times.
Mhm.
And we had one that just took over our driveway. Like it was a ship vessel. It was ridiculous.
Really?
Where him and his bestie were working on it for
Yep.
months and months.
Yep.
Never went into the water.
Mhm.
There was always some problem that we couldn't get around. None of them have ever gotten into the boat.
Mhm.
And our buddy Tom, love him to pieces, but he's been talking trash about getting that boat in the water for, I want to say, like 8 years. He bought this boat off of Andre Tippett
Okay. Oh,
and it's a beautiful
I was
boat.
going to say it must be.
It's absolutely beautiful, but there's always problems.
Oh, okay. That must have been why Andre Tippett sold it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Right.
He knows to just go get another boat because he can.
Right. Oh, yeah. Andre Tippett.
Yeah,
can,
right.
Sure.
We cannot. So I was just curious just to see how many people out there had boats. And
And you live
dealt
across
with
the
it.
street from a pond.
I do. And I would like to putt around in it.
Yeah.
My friend's got one of those, they're like blow up Zodiac things. That's
Uh-huh.
fun to tool around out
Oh,
there
okay.
with. I have a canoe.
All right.
We put the canoe down in the slip.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
I know, right?
Ooh.
Tis the season. I paid the dues.
Ooh,
Just
I
if-
have a boat on the slip. Wow.
Well, it's a pond, everyone. Let's not get crazy. But my association finally decided to make boat slips
oh, good.
or little racks that you can put your kayaks or whatever down there, which is nice. So this is our first year that we actually bought one, have it down there already before the season started.
Wow.
And we paid our association fees. So we
Double
won't get
wow.
yelled at when we use our own beach.
Wow. That's
I
cool.
know. We're ahead of the time right now.
Yep.
Cape Cod problems, everyone.
And
I
you'll use it like,
understand.
and you know what? And you're going to use it like 3 times.
Probably. I don't like going in there after late July because it gets slimy
Mm-hmm.
to me
Oh, okay.
between all the goose and all of the other things that hang out there.
All the goose.
No, thank you.
No.
It's not like the ocean where I feel like it just washes itself away.
Right. Oh, talking about goose playing golf last weekend. I mean, the goose.
They're nasty.
The goose stuff. You're like walking around it. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like,
Wretched.
can I like move the ball? Do I have to hit it from here, guys? Because
Super gross.
yeah.
So what's going on in the world of Hank? What you got coming up?
Oh, I don't know. What is today? Today's Tuesday. Oh,
I know.
I have a doctor's appointment this afternoon.
Yay!
Yay! It is my here I go, age time. It is my Medicare required annual physical, not my annual physical like I usually have. This is another one, and you have to fill out, excuse me, this questionnaire before you go to the doctor, where they ask you all these questions.
Yeah.
Um, I'm
Any
fine.
surprises on there?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, it's just like they're trying to gather data on the people on Medicare, I guess.
Right. They're paying for you. They want to know about you.
They want to know. And it's like, have you fallen down lately? Have you felt depressed lately? It's like, okay.
Like I didn't until I'm reading this now. Now I'm
Right.
feeling that way.
Yeah, and then you see, like, have you fallen down lately? Well, what do you mean by that? Did I trip over my own feet 3 months ago? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about, did I just, for no particular reason, fall down? So I trip over my feet all the time.
Right. That's
I
on
know.
a daily. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
nothing new.
No, that's nothing new. So it's always interesting. And
Oh, I didn't realize that you had to go through that.
Yes. Yep.
Fun stuff.
Yep. And then I have my regular annual physical.
This is what happens.
Like 6 months from now.
Haven't we talked about this? This is what happens when you reach a certain age, that's all you talk about. I had a conversation with my dad the other day. That's it.
Yeah.
It's doctor's appointments. I got this doctor. I got this doctor.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, okay, that sounds great. Glad I've been missing a lot. Love you.
Yep. And lately for us, it's been wakes and funerals.
Oh,
I know this is a morning show. We don't want to bring you guys down, but we've had 4 in a row. So thank you very much.
Yeah, I feel like after my dust up last week, that
Mhm.
I need a lull.
Mhm.
I need some quiet time.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Right.
I've checked the boxes. Let's get into the summer. I'm like so ready for it.
Right.
Summer's here. The sharks are here.
Mhm.
We're talking about boats. I mean, this is exciting stuff, right? I wish the weather would cooperate and the pollen would go away, but
Yep. Oh, the pollen's vicious.
well, I had an event on Saturday during the monsoon.
Mhm.
And
you and Taylor Swift.
yep, that's it. And it was the KJ 100. It was a couple celebrating both their 50th birthday.
Mhm.
So they decided to
The
do a
KJ
combination.
100.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
I know. I thought it was kind of cute. They're 100 years of combined wisdom
Mhm.
under one tent
Mhm.
at the Lure in Mashpee. We really had a great time. But man, the weather did not love us. It was pouring crazy. The toilets are backing up. I'm like, what the fresh hell is happening around me right now? Please. So we did end up having a really good time, but that weather was so awful. And I feel like being out there was probably didn't help me or my cause very much.
No.
Taylor Swift drew a gazillion people. In fact, I didn't even do my podcast yesterday with Tori
Mhm.
because she's like 10 p.m. on Sunday, text me. Here I am, front row of Taylor Swift. We'll talk about it, but I'm not obviously doing the show tomorrow.
Right.
I'm like, good, go. She's a Swiftie.
Yeah. But good for Taylor Swift to just march right out. And
That's how she is, though. She
she's on
loves
and
her
she's getting-
fans.
She's getting drenched.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't call in the next day and say, what, I'm not doing the last show. I'll come.
Yeah.
I'll come back.
She's a hard worker. She loves her fans. She doesn't want to miss a moment because she knows the sacrifices that people make
Right.
to pay $1 gazillion for her tickets, show up. And I saw so many great photos over the weekend that made my heart happy.
Right.
Moms and daughters and families and just a bunch of people enjoying some good it was like wholesome entertainment that made my heart happy. That's what I enjoyed about the Taylor Swift concert.
And people standing in line.
Yep.
Just to go to the merchandise tent.
Yep. Smiling, happy,
Right.
good moods. You didn't hear any drama or scuffles really over
no.
the weekend.
No.
That's the difference. Like that's just, it's classy. It's fun. It's an event.
Mhm.
It's a good time. There should be more of that. So thank you, Taylor Swift,
Right.
for at least bringing that.
As opposed to Country Fest, where they
That's a debauched weekend and a half.
arrest more people than at a Jimmy Buffett concert.
Yeah, they don't even make it into the show.
No.
Ugh.
Oh no. Oh no. And then there is Jimmy Buffett, and we really don't know what's up with Jimmy Buffett.
No, I don't know what's going on. Canceled the show in Charleston. Apparently, he's in the hospital. So, and I did have to check his age, 76.
Yeah, he's in the hospital up here in the Boston area somewhere, but they're not saying.
I'm sorry, all of my parrot heads. Joan, I know you're out there. Gonna have to hold on to your tickets this year.
Right.
They just make me laugh. Those tailgaters for that show,
Oh, I know.
swimming in pools and parking lots. I just never got it.
Right. Doing the shots thing. down these ice
It's a culture.
ladders. I've seen Buffett at Fenway Park. I've never gone to the stadium. Mari has.
Yeah.
I just don't have patience to go to the stadium, sit out there for 8 hours, and then go to a concert. So I declined. But the story she has told me about things she can't get out of her mind that she wishes she never saw.
Yeah.
I mean, people walking around unclothed or half clothed who shouldn't have been walking around unclothed.
That's the ones that always want to be naked. Don't you know that? Haven't we had this conversation?
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
always the ones that just no one wants to see is
Right.
the
Well, we've
naked
talked
ones.
about the people at the
That's it. The nudist camp
The
is
nudist
almost
camp.
open. Summer's
boy.
coming. Nudist camps there. They do have a free pass, by the way. You can download on their website just in case you ever want to check it out. Maybe it's for you. Your wife is here. She says,
I don't want to see myself with no clothes on. I can't imagine other people.
try not to look down also.
Hey, now wait a minute.
On me. Your wife said, don't forget the nice lunch that we had with John and Joyce.
Oh, we won't. We won't. I had a chance yes Sunday to have lunch with John Coach Coletto. If you're from Rhode Island or Southeastern Mass and you listen to Providence Radio, you know Coach Coletto from being on with Salty Brine on WPRO for, I think, 12 years. And then when SCORE started as a radio station in Providence, Coach Coletto went over there. John and I worked as youngsters at the radio station in Attleboro. And I have not seen John. Well, he hasn't met Mari. He and his wife had not met Mari. And we'll be married 34 years in September.
That's wild.
We've always kept in touch, you know, commenting on stuff on social media, or I see somebody who I know sees John and I say, hey, tell John I said hi, and the same back. We're also at an age now where we've been to a couple of the same wakes and funerals, but not at the same time. So we finally had a chance to get together on Sunday, and it was great. And he's a member of the Rhode Island Broadcasters Hall of Fame.
Very cool.
And he tells people that the first time he went on the air, I opened up the microphone for him.
That's
which
neat.
I think is kind of cool. He's a Hall of Famer. So now I have two famous. Actually, I know three famous people.
That's it.
Howard Stern.
Yep.
John Coletto. Stephanie in the Morning.
Yep. There you go. Nailed it.
I got the Holy Trinity right here. I'm done. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Erin said finding this live is like a scavenger hunt. I put it on all of the things, Erin. So no, you should be able to find us wherever it is. Good morning, Diana. And it's called a luge.
The luge. Oh, what are we talking about? The Jimmy Buffett drink thing?
Yes.
The luge, yeah.
The ice luge or the shot ski.
Yes.
Have you ever done the shot ski?
Mm-hmm. No.
It's a ski.
Yeah, no.
That they have cut out little things for a shot. So you, with like 5 of your friends, hold it and then have to turn the ski towards you and do the shot. I did that one in Nashville.
One of the times that Mari went with a bunch of our friends, we have a friend, and he walked around and he did all the shots and everything else. He came back, he sat down in a chair.
Exactly.
And was gone for hours.
I try not to mess with them unless that's all I'm drinking.
And there was a girl, apparently a very attractive girl, walking around topless. And she stood behind, I can tell a story. She stood behind him.
I like that you looked up at the camera. Like,
and because I don't know if his wife's out there watching. She may be. She stood behind him and put one on one shoulder and one on the other shoulder. And they took a picture.
Absolutely.
And he was so gonzo.
No idea.
No idea.
That's awesome.
He finally woke up after everyone had eaten, after they had broken everything down. They're ready to go into the concert. He wakes up and says, "Can I have a beer?"
That's awesome.
And they said, "Joe, do you remember this?" No. And you know who he is.
He had to power nap through that one. That's fabulous.
Yep. You know who he is. I won't mention the last name.
We'll have to talk after we're done.
But you know, it's an Attleboro person.
That's awesome.
It's a famous Attleboro name.
So good.
It
now he's gonna write it down for me. I appreciate it.
So you know.
Thanks, daughter. Oh. I got a latte delivery.
Hope you can read my scratch.
Oh my God. That tracks. That tracks. That definitely tracks. And I definitely know that family. That's
Yes.
fabulous.
Yep.
That makes my heart happy. So we talked about Memorial Day. It's our unofficial start of the season here on the Cape.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is open. I saw the bathrooms are open in Nobodere and Nantucket. That's a
Mhm.
big one. That's a
Yeah.
coming of the season.
Oh, okay.
The seasonal bathrooms are open. All
Yeah.
right, we're ready to go. We're allowed to use the beach.
And people will start complaining about the bathrooms, what, by Tuesday?
Exactly. Good morning, Lauren. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, so we've got that. And also what comes with that is the official start of hurricane season.
Yay! We have so much to look forward to.
It's like I try and get to the positive stuff, and then I'm like, oh, but wait, but that brings that.
But we've been really lucky. But one of these years, we're not going to be.
Yeah. I say that every year, and every
Right.
year it's like, okay, maybe next year.
Yeah.
But you're
I mean,
right.
We haven't had a good one in
It's law of averages. It's
a
gonna
long
happen.
time.
Totally.
When we first moved down here, I was working for Eastern Utilities in Brockton, Fall River, all of that, Newport, and Northern Rhode Island, and it was a really, really bad storm season.
Yep.
And I left Mari, and at that point, Megan, who was 3 years old, I went, "Good luck. I got to go to work."
Bye, guys. Love
Bye, guys.
you.
I'd go over the
Batten
bridge.
down those hatches.
I'd go over the bridge, and the bridge would. I'm driving over the bridge, and the bridge
That's
would be,
scary.
and the bridge would be swaying, But I had to go to work.
Yep.
Because I worked for utility.
Yikes. That's
to
it.
have-
Essential personnel.
Right. Had to have my official badge. So the cop pulled me over saying, "All right, what are you doing?" I said, "Hey, I got to go to work."
Right.
Oh, okay.
I need to be here. I
Right.
don't know for what, but I need to be
Yeah,
here.
I need to be here. Oh, yeah. Well, I was the
You were the
company.
crisis manager,
I was
right?
crisis manager, the company spokesperson.
That's it.
So I had to be there.
The good times.
I know, and for the good times.
I know. Now I don't have to do that anymore. Rushing to the radio station,
Oh,
driving
yeah.
underneath a tree,
Right.
trying to whatever. That was the wildest thing. There was a
Yep.
giant down tree I had to drive underneath, and like, please. Okay. And I'm
Yep.
like, why am I doing this? Or what? But that day was kind of wild. I got to navigate people around the Cape from all of the broken and closed
Right.
streets.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it was
kinda
underwater.
kind of like now with all the road construction. Same thing.
Pretty much. Although most things have eased up, I did see some fresh faces last night at trivia that drove in from Brewster. I was like, wow,
Mhm.
you got here. They were like, no construction. And I was excited. I was like, all right, things are opening up just for the season. Bring
Right.
it on.
Yep.
I saw that the town of Sandwich made the top 15 places in Massachusetts to come and visit. That wasn't like a Provincetown
Okay.
or a Nantucket. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, well, downtown is historic.
It is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
I do take guests when I have people who have never been to the Cape to
Mhm.
Sandwich.
It was the oldest town on Cape Cod.
Exactly. So we start in Sandwich, then we do P
The
Town.
Elvis Presley Church
Right?
that he never visited, by the way, folks.
So bizarre.
It was a totally random photo of a white church that they stuck on the Elvis Presley gospel album and his picture in front of it. He didn't know where it was, doesn't know where it was, never been there, whatever.
But it's still associated with Elvis because
right.
it was on his album.
Right.
Thank you. Fun facts from Sandwich. Also, more fun facts. Hank really enjoys the blotter, the police blotter,
Yeah.
the townie pages.
All that stuff.
And what happened over there on the blotter and Sandwich?
Well, I saw something last week, I guess it was on the
what's
the
that,
blog,
Nat?
about someone who, another one of those, scams, people trying to get you to buy, gift cards and everything. Only the thing about this one was that the person who was called actually stayed on the phone and took directions from the scammer as to what cards to buy.
Was she old?
I suspect so.
Yeah.
It was like, really, you're kidding, but they had concocted some kind of a story, and I don't remember what it was now.
Well, there was another one too that there was Zaros was warning about how they're saying your grandkids are in
Yes.
trouble. You need money for bail. You need this. We're a
Mhm.
bail's bondsman, and people were paying it. So
Right. Please, folks, hang up the phone. Also, it's really important to talk to your older
yeah, check on your aged friends.
relatives and make sure they understand that when they get calls like that, they're not legit, and
Mm.
and they take advantage of grandma and grandpa who are elderly, and they don't understand always all the time. You just got to make sure, because they don't know any. Not to be disrespectful, they don't know any better.
No, they've never been faced with this. There are new scams every single day. We're duped half the time.
Oh, wait a minute, our Pez guys have fallen over. Hang on.
Oh, that's all right.
No.
You can leave Michael Scott and
I don't even know who these people are.
The Office. You never watched The Office?
Oh, okay.
That's Steve Carell.
Yes, okay, I get it now.
They're in The Office.
Okay, does that look better?
Much better. Thank
Thank you.
you. Lily knocked them down when she delivered me a latte. I was still
Okay.
trying to figure out what was in my latte. Cliff's been trying latte art.
No.
It's not his thing. You
Hey,
can't have
so,
everything.
Speaking of Lily, talk about that tea party thing.
Well, she has a new budding business, my little entrepreneur. It's called Lady LaRue's Tea for Two, and she has designed this 1-hour program. Basically, she turns into Mary Poppins. It's hysterical. She bought herself this Victorian dress.
Yep.
And she's got a whole stage show with it.
Really?
So there's a craft. She shows them how to do something with like fans. There's a snack.
Really?
And then there's a story time at the end of it. So it's an hour-long program-ish.
Mhm.
And it's for two. So it's either moms or dads with daughters or sons, whatever it is. And we're not gender specific. I don't care. It's a grown-up and a kid. So she's
Right.
not babysitting
Okay.
to come and hang out and enjoy this little experience.
Is she going to keep doing? Because the first day she's doing it is my mother-in-law's birthday.
It's sold out.
And it's sold out already?
Yeah.
Oh, then you don't have to worry about it.
No. So yeah, she is going to
Next
keep
time.
doing them.
Okay, good.
So, I mean, we had a limited ticket sale
Yep.
and it sold out, which I'm really excited for. And so, I mean, she's booking birthday parties. It's her new little side hustle.
Wow.
I know, right?
Is she still going to be available to hang around with Mariana?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, that's good.
She said she was going to put her to work.
Oh, she should. Mariana would love stuff like
She
that.
goes, I'll get Mariana a little maid's costume.
There you go. Oh, go. Yes. Absolutely.
I
Mariana
loved it.
Mariana would be great at it. She's really patient with little kids, and what we tell her she is. Sometimes she doesn't think she is, but she is. We keep telling her, "You're an older girl. Remember how you were when you were 5 or 6, and it was like an 11 or 12-year-old girl,
Yeah.
and you were all." It's the same thing, and then she's okay. She would love to do that. She loves Lily so much. We all love Lily, but she loves Lily so much.
Lily needs to get her license. So we're working on that also.
Not yet.
She's afraid to drive. I get it. Trust me. The summertime on Cape Cod, I'm afraid to drive. If I could have a driver, that would be the one thing that I would splurge on for myself.
Yep.
Is to have a driver so that I can nap,
Right.
read, be on my phone. I want somebody else to drive me around. I'm a chauffeur, girl.
Megan was that way. I don't think Megan got her license until she was. Mari can jump in and tell me, but
I was almost 20.
17. And I mean, Megan waited a good while.
Yeah, I was almost 20, but I also had besties that all drove.
Yeah,
And they had the car. They absorbed it. I threw gas money.
sure. And Megan did too.
And I walked and I rode my 10-speed everywhere. That was more acceptable.
Right. And she was our one and only, so if she wanted to go somewhere,
Yeah.
Dad, will you take me? Go, okay.
That's also true. Yeah. You didn't mind being the
I
chauffeur.
didn't mind being the chauffeur if I
You were
had
the
to be.
chauffeur.
Right.
Good morning, Jane.
I drove her to a concert. Her and her boyfriend, they sat in the back seat. And finally I said, one of you was coming up in the front seat. Up to Songus Arena in Lowell, which
Yeah.
at the time I thought was
It's so far away.
so far away. And then I started working in Andover every day, and that's nothing. To Saugus Arena to see Lincoln Park, and I think it was Lincoln Park, and I forget two other bands. I didn't know anything about them,
Yeah.
and I thought they were actually pretty good. They were a little noisy, but once I got beyond that,
Yeah.
it was okay. I did that a couple times, drove them to concerts.
Yeah.
And one of them, we were driving home. Her boyfriend lived down the road where the high school is in Mashpee, and it was after 1 o'clock, and we street that we drove down. The officer saw the two of them
Yeah.
who were not old enough to be driving at that point, and he pulls up. And I roll down the window and I go, "Yes."
Hysterical.
Oh, you might want to check your taillights, sir.
Was it out?
No. I said, "Oh, okay, thanks. Look, I got to get these kids home, and I'm exhausted. Is it okay if I go? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, yeah,
Talk about profiling.
but check. Oh, no kidding. It's the first thing I thought of.
I know.
The last thing they expected to see. I mean, this was I don't know how many years ago now. I mean, I had white hair back then. Was some white haired guy.
That's awesome. Trust me, I've driven my fair share to rap shows, and Lord knows what else my daughter Mackenzie made me go to. Every single weekend. Mom, we got $10 tickets to this band. I'm like, what even is that? I'm in radio, mind you.
Right.
I've never heard of these people. I have
Right.
no idea where we're going to. But, we'd go, and Cliff and I would sit there, and we're like, what is this noise? But it made them happy, and, I enjoy it. And she's got a great taste in music now.
Yeah.
And it definitely is a range. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the rap shows, many.
I'm trying to think of the name of the band. Oh, Mara, you got to help me. Um,
Oh, Erin said her oldest is 7 months from his permit, scared to death.
Oh, one of the cool things that I got to do when I was at United Way of Rhode Island was I got to go to events and accept checks because I was the PR guy.
That sounds like a job for me.
And
I
they
go to
used-
events and I accept checks.
Right. And WBRU, here we go talking radio again, we're having these concerts across from the
The
mall.
waterfront.
Yes, and I forget what the cause was. It was some kind of natural disaster somewhere, and they were giving out. They collected money, and there was going to be a check, and the featured band was My Chemical Romance.
Mhm. I was there.
You were.
I was.
You saw me on stage then.
I did.
And and
I never missed a BRU free concert series. Love them.
they were so cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't know who Chemical Romance was.
Yep.
I thought they were fabulous. And the neat thing was we were backstage and Megan was a huge fan. And the lead singer was standing on 10, 15 feet away. And Mari, who was like you,
We'll talk to anyone.
right. So Mari says to Megan, "You want to go get your picture with him?" And Megan's like, "Oh no." Mari's like, "Come on."
That's it. Making it happen, Ma.
Went over to the guy. I mean, an emo kind of guy.
Yeah.
Could not have been nicer
Of course.
to Megan.
They love their fans.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I forget who the warm-up act. Yeah, but I came on stage and took the check and everything, and then we were eating outside at the mall, and kids were going by, going, "Hey, that's Hank!"
Oh, that's awesome.
Another place where we crossed paths.
Absolutely. I loved their free concert series. I loved BRU. It was my station.
Well, oh yeah, me
It was
too.
my favorite station growing up. So it was just no matter what. I cried. I remember I think I was 40 and I cried the day that they sold the Christian station.
Oh, I know.
I
That
was driving over
terrible.
the Bourne Bridge, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's like a piece of my heart. I was sad about it. It was that was the one station that I'm truly still sad about.
Probably the best college radio station
It was
in
awesome.
the country.
Yeah, it really was great.
Yeah.
So what else is going on? We're gonna talk about the Celtics. They just quit.
And I don't understand why, if you're this far away from a ring, you just stop. It makes no sense. And everybody's trying to blame the coach. I'm sorry. If you're this far away from a ring, it's your fault. It's not the coach's fault. You say, all right, screw the coach. We don't like him, whatever the case may be. We're going to win this ring in spite of him, if that's the real situation. I don't think it is. I just think that they've had 6 years, 3 coaches, 2 of whom are considered at least competent, if not good. We don't know about the guy they have now. And they haven't won anything. It's time to blow it up. But people are finding, again, on social media and
It's Magic Johnson tweeted, it's so heartbreaking to watch. And he's like, in my entire career, to just watch a team quit.
Yeah.
Because you just quit.
Well, the Philadelphia 76ers did the same thing in the previous series.
Yeah.
James Harden quit. And I don't
Yeah.
understand. Well, you know what? These guys make so much money, it doesn't make any difference.
I finally watched the movie Air. Have you seen it?
No.
It's the story of Nike and Michael Jordan, and it's great. Ben Affleck, And I was like, okay, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon movie,
Mhm.
but it really was good.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, it was really good. Jason Bateman's got a small part in there.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, wait a minute, too many famous people. It's not going to be good.
Right.
It ended up being really good.
All right.
And there was a part in it where it went by like one of the rotary phones,
Uh-huh.
and it had the phone number, and it was a 508 number, and I was like, that's Massachusetts.
Right.
I got really excited, even though like the story was Beaverton, Indiana, and all the other places.
Right.
I was like, that's Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Yeah.
I know. I got my small little movie nugget in there. I don't know why I paid attention to it, but it was just like one of those moments in the middle of a movie that it was a random thing that I was like, I know that.
Now it's still in the theaters too, right?
I don't know no, I don't think it's in the theaters. I forget which streaming service. I don't know what the hell I'm watching anymore, where
Oh, I
I'm
know.
watching it, how I'm watching it. HBO Max is now just going to be Max.
Uh-huh.
Now you're changing the names of the different services. I can't keep up. I really can't. Thank God I can talk to my remote and say, put on whatever show it is I'm looking for, and it will
Yeah.
pull up the network in which I do pay for.
Mhm.
I finally actually looked at all of the services because we're trying to figure out ways to make some cuts around here.
Uh-huh. Oh, you cannot not have any of
It's
them.
not good. It's not
can't.
good, kids.
You can't. I look at our cable bill all the time and go, all right, come on. There's two of us and when Mariana sleeps over, there's three of us. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 televisions. One's a smart TV. The other 3 are hooked up to the cable. There's got to be something I can. And I look and it's like, no, can't do any better than what I got. Nope. And I'm not into the cut the cord stuff.
Oh, yeah, we did. It's a personal problem for us, but we definitely
Yeah.
did.
Well, that's true. That's true. I understand why.
I have a man that can do the cutting of the cord and
Why
know
you did.
exactly what we need to replace it
Right.
for an eighth of the price.
Right.
So
But I'm just always concerned that the channels that we want and the things that we want to watch, when I cut the cord, I'm not going to be able to find it on on Fubu or whatever it all is.
you're not going to spend the time to take it's
No.
just not worth the convenience factor for
No.
you. I understand.
No,
that.
I'd rather look at the bill and go, ugh, and then pay it.
Good morning, Lauren. Thank you so much.
And then you get to the point where the size of the bill is like, yeah, oh well.
She's like, I'm in the middle of it, but I keep falling asleep. It is really good. It's not very like, I don't know. It is a little slow in the middle. And good morning, Mark Berry. Hey, lady, how you doing today?
How you doing?
Mm-hmm. I see that Ozempic is on the list of things to talk about once again. Have you heard
Ozempic.
about this?
No.
It's a diabetes drug.
Yes.
It's a diabetes drug that became
Mhm.
popular and actually has been running out of stock because of shows like Real Housewives and TikTok, where
Oh.
people are saying it's a lose weight drug.
Oh.
So now everybody has been putting themselves on diabetic medication
Oh
to
my.
lose weight,
I don't think that makes sense.
which was causing problems with the people that don't actually have diabetes and for the people with diabetes that need their drugs. But now that they're saying there's more benefit to this, they're actually doing a study on it
Really?
because it says it curbs other issues like drinking, smoking, addictive habits.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine just taking a drug and all of a sudden you're not extra anymore,
Right. Wow.
right?
That
If it
could,
curbs your habits.
that could be kind of cool.
I'm just curious why we have these habits, and if a diabetes medication is the one that's taking it away from us,
Mhm.
there's got to be a dietary component there,
Must be the sugar.
right? Sugar makes us crazy.
Right.
Shocker. We've
Yeah.
all seen kids with a
Wow.
lollipop in their mouth.
Right. Here, we have to calm the kids down. Give them the box of donuts.
Yeah, RTB said, yeah, let's not worry about the side effects. Pain in the stomach, side, abdomen, possibly radiating to your back, seizures, skin rash, slurred speech, tightness in your chest, trouble breathing, unusual tiredness, weakness, vomiting, yellow eyes or skin. But man, don't I look slim in my bathing suit this season?
And if any of these things happen, stop taking the medication and immediately call your doctor.
Yeah, right. Thank you. Thank you for that.
I love the one, and this is not being disrespectful. When they talk about if you have, if you feel like if you have signs of depression or suicidal thoughts, stop and call your doctor. And I just think to myself, if you get to that point, you're not stopping to call your doctor.
No,
It's too late.
no.
But they've covered themselves legally because they've
We
said,
said it.
we told you when
We
you, if
said
you
it in the
started to-
disclaimer that we said really fast at the end of the sentence.
right. If you start to have suicidal thoughts, call your doctor. Well, you didn't call, no.
Oh, God. Stage 4 cirrhosis of the liver. Thank you, Mark. Whatever. Seriously, though.
God, this
cannot-
is an uplifting show this morning.
Well, you know what? Don't take drugs that are prescribed to you. What is wrong with you?
Right.
Haven't we learned?
Yep.
Nancy Reagan's been out there. Oh, I did watch a show the other day on
Well, no, no.
MDMA and
No,
whatever.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
Nancy Reagan's no longer with us.
I know.
Okay.
I'm aware.
All right. Just checking because you said Nancy
her
Reagan
don't
is
do
out there, and I'm
drugs.
thinking, whoa.
But that was a message that
Yes,
sat
that was
with
her
us
thing. Yes.
for forever.
Yes.
It's still like ingrained in our
Yes.
whole
Right.
weaving of society.
Yeah.
So my husband likes to put shows on in the middle of the night when he can't sleep.
Yes.
So then I
yes.
incorporate them into my dreams.
Mhm.
Well, this one was about hallucinogenics,
Oh,
acid, MDMA, mushrooms. So I literally was in a trapped body dream.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
your brain is awake, but your body is not.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like listening to all of this going on, and I'm having my own personal hell of a trip. Because my body's asleep, my brain is awake, and I'm
Yep.
listening to all this stuff going on, and I'm like, what is this? This is horrible. Am I tripping? Am I on drugs? Is something happening?
What did I do?
Seriously, I woke up and I was like, you have to stop it with the
Right.
shows in the middle of the night. Can you put something fluffy on, like Too Cute, where
Yeah.
people are petting cats and
Put,
little things?
put on the Hallmark Channel, honey.
Seriously,
That'll
though.
put you back to sleep, honey.
Seriously, that's a win-win right there. Put on anything Hallmark and I'll be right back out. You'll be asleep. I'll be having pleasant dreams. Can we not? It's serial killers, drugs. I'm dog hunting airport things. It's all like aggressive. And I'm trapped in my body having these horrible dreams. It's awful. Thank you, Erin. Prime has that new movie, Air. It's definitely worth watching.
All right. Thank you, Aaron.
Today is Lucky Penny Day,
It is.
right? Do you have something lucky?
No, not really.
I don't either. Do you
No.
have any like superstitions though?
I don't think so. Not anymore anyway. I mean, there used to be, step on the crack, break your mother's back, and black cats walking in front of you and all of that stuff. I suppose I still don't walk under a ladder. If that's a superstition. You're not supposed to walk under a ladder.
Well, that more for safety,
Right.
less for I'm gonna, do damage to the universe if I take this one step here. I can't think. I mean, both of my daughters are very much into mysticism, and they have their
Mhm.
crystals, and
Yep.
they, my daughter, I had to leave the house because Lily's energy was so negative the other day, and I was like,
Oh.
okay.
Whatever you say.
So they do have their space. They take it.
Mhm.
I just I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. I do have a lucky number. Or,
Okay.
or a number, and I forget what it's called, that keeps showing up, has been showing up for decades.
Yep.
Either 64 or 640.
Have you ever played them? Like, I know some people have their lottery numbers. They've got their lucky things that they do.
Yeah. 64 was a spot on the AM dial of the first radio station I worked at.
Oh,
And that 64 or 640, I can't tell you the number of times. I can't tell you the number of times I look to see what time it is. And it's 6:40 at night. Or I wake up in the morning. It's like, I'm not going to set the alarm. I'll just, when I wake up, I wake up. I look at the clock. It's 6:40 a.m.
yeah.
I'll be in traffic, and the car in front of me, the license plate has 640 in it somewhere, somehow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what the meaning of that for you was.
I forget. There's a name for it. I wrote something about it a couple of years ago, and I don't remember it right now. But it's a I want to say it's a condition. It's a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody out there, feel free to tell us what it is.
Yeah, what it
Mine's
is.
13. I just always have gravitated towards the number 13. I know it's supposedly unlucky. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why I was like, oh, if it's bad, then I want it. 'Cause that's the kid I was.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not allowed to have that. That's negative. I'll make it positive. It's me.
Right. I can make anything positive.
Yeah, seriously though, I really do. I try my best. I try my best. It doesn't always happen, but I really do try my best.
On a good ship, lollipop.
Good morning, Jim. Mark, Lily's negative. Say it ain't so. She has her moments, man. I have 2 Taurus bulls. That's a lot,
Yeah, that's a lot.
right? You've got one, you know.
Yeah, and I am one. So, oh
The
yeah,
two of you together, it's a
uh,
lot.
it's a lot. It's a lot. One's
It's a
Irish,
whole vibe.
one's Irish, one's Italian.
Yes. Yep.
Thick-headed?
Say no
No.
more.
Right.
So what's going on over at Uber? Apparently, I want to jump into this just a little bit because I don't know whether it was a Karen that they dubbed the Karen campaign.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So they suspended their diversity chief. First off, what the hell is that position? What the hell? You need to have a chief of someone to treat people like people?
Apparently.
That's a position in companies. I'm horrified that this is where we are in the world.
Yeah.
But okay, they suspend their diversity chief because she made a campaign, Don't Call Me Karen,
Yeah, something like that.
where she was defending white women privilege, basically. There's so much to unpack in this story.
Right.
Uber, you haven't made any money doing the thing that you do, which is just being a taxi service.
Mhm.
You've had your drivers assaulting people. Now you hire a diversity chief that is being anti-diverse. You got problems. And you still haven't made any money as a company.
If she's the diversity chief, I'm sure her heart was in the right place because that's why she was hired. But no.
It's wild.
No.
Hey, Dawn, my mother needs you. You should talk to her. Call her up.
Mhm.
My mom's like, maybe I'll hire Dawn. And now if you tell her she needs help with her 2 cats and her 2 dogs. Dawn's on the West Coast. She lives by mom.
Okay.
Um,
Mom is in Arizona or in San Diego.
I think she's coming to San Diego this
Okay.
weekend.
Okay. Oh, is this? Never mind. We can't talk
We'll
about
unpack it next week when
Yeah,
it
next
actually
week we'll
happens.
talk about Mom. Yeah.
Because that's a whole lot right there.
Yeah.
That was one of my my trivia questions yesterday.
Mom?
It was a Norman Bates reference. Movie Psycho.
Oh boy.
She needs help. 2 cats and 2 dogs. Because I think she's driving. She's going to make an East Coast appearance.
Uh-oh. Driving from where she is to here?
Well, not to here, down south.
Down south. Oh,
Her
okay.
baby brother needs her. So
Okay.
we'll see. She's like, maybe I'll take both of them on a road trip. My mother gets these grandiose ideas. I don't know if anybody else has a person in their life that is like
Mhm.
this.
Yeah.
Like, it's like their heart is in the right place. And they come up with these grand scheme plans, but 5 minutes into the plan, they hate everything about it.
Mhm.
They're miserable. Then they make everybody around them miserable because they're miserable. That's my mother. Her heart is in the right place.
Mhm.
She's like, let's go do this, and it's gonna be big and fabulous and wonderful. And she gets there and she's like, I don't like
Well, you set it up.
and that's it. You set the wheels in motion for this. And I think that that's why I have such stick-to-itiveness,
Right.
because it always drove me insane that there would be a plan and then the plan would be changed. And then now we're all like in the middle of this crazy other thing. And I'm
Right.
just like, I'll do it. We'll be here. I said I'm going to do it. We'll finish this.
Right.
We'll never do it again,
Right.
but we're doing it.
I'll stay here in the rain and play music.
That's it.
and,
If you signed up for baseball, you're finishing it. You're doing the whole season. We're paying for it. We're showing up. You
Right.
don't never have to do it again if you don't want to do it.
Right.
You signed up for dance class. My kids did one soccer thing up and down the field, and Lily was like, I'm good. That was it. We never did soccer again.
Right.
But I made her finish the whole season,
Mhm.
even with her sitting on the sideline,
Right.
because I'm like, this, you signed
We're
up
gonna
for it.
finish it.
We're going to finish it. We're just never going to do this again. Check it off.
Congrats to Mariana's soccer team. They played on Saturday, last game of the season in the pouring rain,
Yeah.
but they got their first victory.
Yeah.
So they ended the season on a high note. The visiting team was from Fall River, so I guess that's why they decided to play in the deluge, because you couldn't have the kids from Fall River drive all the way up to the Cape
Yeah.
and then turn around and say, "Oh, sorry, we're not going to play." And so they won their last game, and everybody was excited, and it was a good way to end things. But the rest of us who were there watching the game got a little wet.
You think?
Yeah.
They have those like personal pods. Have you ever seen those?
Yes.
For like watching your kids' games on cold days
Yes,
and
I've
whatnot.
seen those. Yep.
I was like, that would have been good. One of those little personal pods.
Right.
As your kids getting all wet. You're like, hey,
But
nice
she,
and dry
but
in here.
she-
Want a
but-
snack?
but she was all excited.
That's
all
awesome.
excited.
Well, because that's exciting.
Right.
My son on Sunday, he was like, "Oh, is there going to be football? It's raining." I'm like, "It's football." My
Mhm.
husband, "It's not baseball. There's a game.
There's a game.
It's a difference."
Right. Right. And of course, I'm thinking they're running up and down the pouring rain. The field is getting muddy. And I'm thinking, oh my God, somebody's going to trip and fall and break their ankle.
Probably.
Oh, please, God, do we have to keep doing this? But they played it through and they loved
Got to
it.
tough it out sometimes. Sometimes injuries happen. Sometimes that occurs. And yes, Don, you finish it. You started it. You finish it. Thank you.
Right. And Meg was good. She brought her right home, told her, take a hot shower. Here's a Tylenol. Get under the covers.
That's it. Warm it up.
Warm it up,
Chill
and
it
then you'll feel better later.
Yeah, Don. And Lauren, not like those entitled basketball players, damn quitters. Damn, I mean, we've just been really disappointed, Celtics and Bruins. Like we had all the pieces.
Mm-hmm. Oh, looks like cousin Erin had a soccer thing. My daughter literally just later had on my lap her entire soccer game last weekend. We're finishing the season.
That's it. We're finishing it.
Finishing the season. No fall. That's okay. No fall soccer. Well, see, fall soccer is rec soccer.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of, we're going to play. And
yeah.
But spring soccer, at least around here,
a little more competitive.
Travel soccer.
Okay.
And you got to buy a uniform and you pay a couple $100 and
it's the driving for me. It's like, oh, we have a tournament in Western Mass to clear your weekend.
No.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah. I was disappointed that this year we didn't go to Nantucket. Last year we went to Nantucket and we were like, oh God, Nantucket.
I love Nantucket.
It turned out to be a great time because the Nantucket parents were fabulous.
They are.
There was a mom who owned a bakery and she came over at some point, even before the game started. Coffee, fresh baked muffins, wonderful people. We had to go wait for the boat. They bought us pizza.
I love my island friends. They're really the most warm, inviting, fabulous people. We had a house fire here, and I had hosted Nantucket Junior Miss,
right,
which is a begun scholarship program. But they sent me a basket of gift cards for absolutely everything. It's just that island mentality.
Yep,
they are just so kind. And they help each other.
Right.
Because you have to. You're on an island.
Oh, yeah. Because I started to think, okay, if the Nantucket folks come here this season, what are we going to do for them?
We're not as nice.
What are we going to do for them? We're over at Bob's Field, and we're like, not near anything. Are we going to go to Dunks? Well, that isn't like fresh baked muffins from my own bakery.
Right. I know.
And fresh coffee that I just ground.
That's it.
We
got pens from the real estate agency.
Right.
Have a pen.
Have a box of Joe.
I love it.
And a pen.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. We saw other friends of ours from Attleboro on Saturday night. And he was telling us that his son signed him up. He's a big coffee guy. Signed him up for a coffee club.
Okay.
It's $18 a pound.
Sounds about right.
And he brought some of it with him. And we had dinner. And then we went back to where they were staying for coffee. And the girls played cards and all of that. It was fabulous.
Yeah.
I said, Kevin, you're going to keep getting this? He said, $18 a pound? Hell no. I'll tell him when he said, Dad, what do you want for Christmas? I'm going to say 6 more months of the coffee club.
Thank you. Yeah. See, when you find a gift that works for somebody and they enjoy it, keep on keeping on.
Yep.
We like that.
Yeah. But $18 a pound is it's a little much. It was great coffee and I love coffee, but it was.
I think we might even spend more.
It was. You do? What kind of coffee do you get?
Italian coffee. We're bougie. We spend a lot
Italian coffee. Oh yeah, I love it. Obviously,
we spend a lot on our coffee. It's like it's our kryptonite.
Oh, okay.
But we use it. We love it.
Right.
I would rather spend that than anything else.
Oh God, what's the name of it?
Coffee and tea. We spend a lot here at the Viva household.
Right. What's the name? What's the name of the coffee? I should remember. My goodness. The big Italian coffee.
Lavazza.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I love Lavazza. I would drink it all the time when I was in Italy.
And here in Falmouth, we have an Italian bakery and deli, and they import it. So the guy even told me how to read the QR code to tell if it's really from Italy or not on the back. So I'm like, all right, thank you.
Do they have the blood red orange juice?
Mm-hmm.
They do?
Yes, they do. They do. It's delicious.
Oh, it's one of the things that
Falmouth.
I remember about going to Italy and when Marion Meg went with me once on a when I was on a business trip. They went with me. It was the blood red orange juice.
It's so good.
And there's other Italian places around here that we've been to, and seems like when we go to purchase it, they don't have it. They just ran out. But this place in
I know
Falmouth,
two places. The one in Falmouth has it, and then there's another little bakery right before you get into Newport. Like it's
Okay.
right on the right-hand side, and they also have the blood orange. Because Lily got it the other day when we were visiting the mansions, and I was like, "Oh, I forgot how good this is."
Okay, you'll have to. This is going to be a secret. You're going to have to tell me where it is in Falmouth.
Oh,
when
absolutely.
when we're off the air.
It's just it's right on Main Street.
Oh, all right.
It's
Never
not
mind.
hard.
Never mind.
It's right there. No, that is a particularly interesting thing because they moved the business from one plaza to another plaza.
Yep.
And they happen to be next door to a guy that is like not in my backyard. So there are signs up. There's like a parking lot war. They even published it in some of the townie pages.
Oh, really?
Where you can't park here. This spot is this spot is this. You'll be towed. I'm like, are you going to have time to tow my car if I'm running in, getting a couple slices of cheese and then running out?
Right.
You're not.
No.
But it's just like the purpose. It's like, what is that? The Southern War there.
Right.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
the Eastman's Hardware, the Hogs and Dogs,
Mhm.
and then right next door there's a bank over there,
Mhm.
and then this Italian bakery.
Okay.
So there's a literal parking space war.
Wow.
You can see they're all color coded. There are
Okay.
signs in every single one.
Mhm.
Like it's become a war on parking, and
Okay.
it's so ridiculous.
Mhm.
And there's plenty of parking for everyone
In downtown Falmouth? Yeah.
in the back. There's plenty of parking, and the rec center is directly across the street.
Yep.
There is plenty of parking for everyone. I do not know why they've decided to take this thing up
Mhm.
and fight with each other. But it's wild. It's wild.
Because
See
they
it
got
for
nothing
yourself.
else to do.
I don't know. Somebody pissed somebody off somewhere.
Yep.
And it's just become a parking lot war. And it makes
Yep.
me laugh every time I pull in there. I'm like, these people,
Somebody must be a
these
tourist.
people, right? You know, he couldn't have brought over some Italian baked goods and been like, let's make this good.
Right.
Let's make it right.
Right.
Come on. What can
Oh,
I
God.
get you?
Bring,
Here's some sweets.
bring over Italian. This reminds me of another story of when I worked for the Italians. Sal's Pizza. The
Mhm.
guy that does Sal's Pizza. Originally in Lawrence, he built this restaurant, really nice restaurant, but it encroached on some of the land next to the canals in Lawrence that my company owned. So we were going to have a meeting with Sal and our president, Tony Volpe. And Sal
like that.
comes,
Oh, bang.
Tony Volpe. And Sal comes to the meeting and he brings pizza. And I'm thinking to myself, Sal, I know your pizza's good. But what are you thinking?
That's weird.
You're not going to impress Tony Volpe with your pizza.
Yeah.
He's had better. He
That's
can
so
probably
awkward.
he can probably it was really awkward.
Yeah. It's like rolling up with Dunkin' at a gourmet coffee shop. It's just, you just
Right.
don't do it.
Right. And I know Tony looked at me like, what is this guy doing? And I'm like, I don't know.
John, when I opened up his live feed today, he said it was me saying hogs and dogs. He didn't know where the conversation had come from or where it was going. Welcome. And that's Cohogs, by the way.
Yeah.
'Tis the season. I'm very much looking forward to doing a little digging and enjoying some sea treasure now that the weather and the water is warm enough to be able to do that.
You dig up your own coffee?
Absolutely. Family license in Mashpee is $25.
You make like hogs and
Yeah.
stuff? How
Look
did
at
I not-
those two trophies right there.
How did I not know this?
I make the best. I'm a boss hog.
Well, we
Look over there. It's literally, it's
Well, look,
boss hog.
we know you're the best because you got signs all over the place and you're the best and you're going to put it on your tombstone. We know. So I did not know that.
Aha.
I've been coming here for I don't know how long and I've never gotten a cohog. Stephanie, I thought we were close. Oh my goodness, look at this.
They're both broken because they fell off a shelf. However,
It's called a hog off, folks.
that's right.
First place, 2017. Boss Hog.
That's right. 2016, 2017, 2 years in a row. And after that, they ended the
They retired the trophy.
that's it. They retired.
Because you won it. Well, wait a minute now.
I don't know, but I was just an individual. I went up against restaurants and I beat Hogs and Dogs. I'll have you know. That's it. Thank you, Hank. He's in charge of the desk today with all my awards. Look at me. All of my awards. Yes, I am a champion clam from a hog off. You heard it first. You're welcome. Glad to give you a little levity this morning.
And if you're just tuning in now, you're really wondering what's going on.
What the hell is wrong with Stephanie?
And she's got a trophy for it too, folks.
Well, Hank, when you're nominated for Person of the Year.
Yes. Oh, God. Yes, but she is nominated for Person of the Year.
I actually
you need to talk about that.
I haven't seen it in print yet. I don't even know if it's a thing. I actually have a meeting this afternoon to talk to somebody over at the Cape Cod Times. Apparently, I got a phone call. I got an email that I was nominated for Person of the Year. I don't exactly know what that entails, and I have to see who the other 4 people are that are also nominated for Person of the Year, but it made me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote it down on a Post-it note.
Yeah.
Because I'm just talking to her and I'm just repeating what she's saying to me, and I wrote it down.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting down here at my office, and my husband looks down and he goes, "You actually wrote that down?" And he ripped it off.
Like you wouldn't remember it?
He ripped it off and he put it on my forehead.
Oh,
he's like, gosh. You are ridiculous. I'm like, I just wrote it down because I was having a conversation with somebody and I was writing it down. Once again, I have no idea what this entails. And I'm sure it's just a fluffy award that they give people, or I think they just made it up this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were just like, here you go. We'll put that in the mix. Person of the Year.
Right.
But it made me laugh.
Well, you should be honored by it that you were mentioned. And that they think you can somehow generate ad revenue for them.
I really feel like that is more along the lines of what it is. How many clicks can we get off this lady? Well, what award can we give her now?
But that's an accomplishment. That's an accomplishment to be recognized for
I'm
that.
Clickbait.
Oh my goodness. She's gonna live, folks. Just give her a minute.
I'm so disgusting right now. It's not even funny. I probably have to cancel my old ladies.
Yeah, you don't want to bring whatever you got to them.
No, I definitely don't. Doug the Quahog would be so proud. I know, right? Horrified. Poor Doug. He's probably crying right now.
Right.
And John Viva, the host of Shit Show Cooking and a nominee for Person of the Year. Honestly, I've made it. It's my time to shine, everyone.
That's right.
I am an utter clown, and I appreciate you so much for being here for this. I appreciate you for being here. Also going to thank our sponsors, MBR Landscaping and Cleaning. Make sure you give them a call or go online, mbrlandscaping.com. Rockland Trust. Thank you very much. They've got at every single Rockland Trust branch their lemonade stand kits.
Can I just ask you, how did you pull that off?
Well, I know people.
Okay.
Person of the Year. I mean, it doesn't happen for everybody. Every single Rockland Trust branch has lemonade stand kits that you can scoop up, and all of the money goes to Tommy's Place, which does fabulous programming for kids with cancer. And they're always in need of absolutely everything, but money makes the world go round, and that's really what they need the most. So stop on by Rockland Trust, encourage the entire family to have a lemonade stand, make some money, make a little contest out of it.
Right. Oh, I don't think I can have a lemonade stand where I live.
Oh, no.
No.
You get in trouble.
No, I get in trouble. Oh,
you can't even put your garbage out.
No. And there has to be a cover on it when I do put it out.
And you get dirty looks for going over speed bumps.
That's right.
I don't think a lemonade stand will work.
No. That won't fly at all. I'm not even going to try.
Too funny.
So I'm not being supportive. I just can't.
Not supportive. That's fine.
All right.
That's fine. Maybe you can do something else for Tommy's Place. We'll think of something.
All right.
Anything else you want to get to before we leave?
I don't think so. I'll see you guys Saturday at noon. It looks like I may have been released from the warehouse.
Yes. It sounds like you're not in the warehouse anymore.
I'm not in the warehouse anymore. So we'll see. Saturdays at noon, Sundays at 8 for Professor Hank Sunday School. I need some kind of an introduction for Sunday
I like
school.
that.
I need some kind of, organish, sounded churchy kind of music saying,
I like that.
This is Sunday school with with Professor Hank that we can
We can work on a show intro for you.
plug in at the top of the hour.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that'll do it.
We're on it. If
All right.
anybody else has some kids or something, maybe you can scream in the background. We'll figure it out. Professor Hank! Get them all cheering for you.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever it is that you do today, be great. Have a wonderful day. Smile, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. See you later, folks. Bye-bye.